YouTube family and friends. How everybody doing today? Hope you're making it happen for yourself, right? That's what we got to do. I'm in here. I'm trying to do two things at once, right? I'm trying to do two things at once, which I'm beginning to get. When you're a mother, you can do two, three, four things, right? I'm trying to do two things at once, because my whole life is YouTube. Anyway, how everybody doing? Come on up in here, y'all. Let me get to my notes. No, that's not where I want to be. Come on up in here, y'all. Oh, I messed it up. Dang. I was doing too much. Come on up in here, y'all. Uh, hey, two people. How are you? Dang, I lost where I was at. Is this it? Yeah. How everybody doing today? Did y'all watch that Monique and Club Shay Shay interview? Did y'all watch that? I talked about it last night, so you could go watch the replay on my 8 o'clock live. And I'm going to talk about it tomorrow and my members live at 8 o'clock. So get your membership so you can know how I really feel. It's going to be the unedited version, right? That's what it's going to be, the unedited versions. Now, is this it? I was so busy doing what I was doing, y'all. And this ain't the one I wanted. Is this it? No. No. Okay. Yeah. So did y'all watch it? Let me get a sip of water before I get started, y'all. I love water. Water is the key to life. If y'all ain't drinking a lot of water, y'all need to start. Water make everything flow out that ain't supposed to be in, right? That's how you get it out. Keep everything circulated and everything, right? Hey, Nick. Keep everything circulated and everything. That's what the water do for you, okay? That's what the water do for you. All right, trying to get my computer linked up with what's really going on in real life. Okay. So my chats will come in. Hey y'all. So anyway, this is the dating relationship narcissist hour. Right now this is the dating hour, right? But right now we on the series about narcissism. Why? Because it's needed. And I have experienced it, and I want everybody to hey classy boots. I want everybody to be aware. As women, we're vulnerable. We're vulnerable because we're women. And we're not doing the picking. Men pick us. That's going to be a topic for next week sometime. Who do the picking, men or women, right? But ultimately, a man picks you, right? Now, we ain't going to get on that because that's deep and heavy. We're going to get on that Monday. Matter of fact, I need to write that down. Or do I have it wrote down? I do. I have it wrote down. So, let me put Monday. So, that's why I'm talking about narcissism, and I may talk about it for a while, right? Because it's very much needed. I wish somebody had told me. So today is what to look for. Now, granted, there are men or women who will have certain traits of a narcissist, but that doesn't mean that they're a narcissist. So this is a tricky thing, right? You have to be careful, be cautious, and keep watching and listening and be aware. Right? Because some people may have one or two of these traits. Everybody likes to think they look good. Some people are arrogant. Some people don't know how to be in touch with their feelings, right? So, but if they have all of them, guaranteed they're narcissists, right? Hey, Queen Supreme. Nick said it's definitely needed in today's time to know what you're dealing with. Absolutely. Absolutely, right? And I just feel, that I need to share this because I swear to God I wish somebody, and not like, what's so really shocking about this, I've said this before and I'll probably keep saying it because I'm telling it to myself as I'm telling it to y'all, is that I thought I was pretty clever. I thought I was pretty worldly. I thought I was pretty wise. And I had been covering myself and blocking myself off from bull up until that point, right? So I don't think that's gonna happen. Nothing like that would happen to me, right? Yeah. Thank you. This is just I'm gonna wear this tonight, right? I just got the top to it. It's got pants and stuff in the whole little situation. I just thought, well, go and be cute a little bit, right? Um, go and be cute a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Since most of my clothes is in storage, I'm gonna have to go over there. And listen, one time y'all might see me with a crown on my head. It just depends on how I feel, right? As let me tell y'all this before I get started. Whatever your personality is, be that, right? And don't let people dim your light or overshadow your personality or try to shut you down a little bit from what you are. Shit, if you're a grand, fabulous motherfucker, be that, right? And most days that's how I feel, but I don't always show it because I had to learn through life to not show it, right? But fuck that. I am what I am. Y'all might see me with a crown. Y'all might see me with a fur coat on, however I'm feeling that day, right? The cash app. Thank you. I'll put it in. Yeah, so, I ain't, that's what it is. That's what it is, y'all. That's how I'm feeling. Look, I'm putting classy boots. Cash app. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, y'all, we're gonna see what the signs are today. And so you can beware. And anybody listening can beware. Because I just think that shit is important, right? I realize there's a lot of stuff we learned in school and through life, but some of the most important shit we didn't learn. Nobody didn't teach us. Okay, it's pinned, classy boots. Nobody taught us. You know what I'm saying? I got it right, yeah. Nobody taught us. You know what I'm saying? Life lessons. We learned geography and all that shit. All that shit ain't really necessary. Unless that's what you're gonna be your profession, or you be roaming the countryside, the world side, or whatever, right? So, one of the signs to know you're dating someone that's a narcissist is they dominate conversations. Now, a lot of people do that because I can do that. I can do that. I overtalk. I don't know if I dominate, but I overtalk people. My sister does it too. And I know my family will get tired of listening to us because we going to dominate the conversation. We over-talking each other. We over-talking everybody else. But I'm not a narcissist. But that's one of the signs is that they dominate conversations. And it don't necessarily, I'm loud. It don't necessarily mean that they're loud. They're just overpowering in what they say and they're captivating because they're very charming. So they're captivating. Right? That's how they can dominate conversations. This is my opinion and my experience that they're charming. And they appear to know a lot. They appear, that's the key word. They appear to know a lot. Right? Now let me see what the experts say. So they say relationships are a two-way street, but a partner with a narcissistic personality disorder will find any possible way to redirect a conversation back to themselves, rather than listening attentively. And that was the problem, which I did not notice for maybe 3 to 6 months in about my ex. He didn't pay, he would, but not deeply. The deep, he couldn't do the deep. He couldn't do the meaningful. Now, if I said, well, I'm going to need XYZ Friday or Thursday, he heard that. But if we talk about something deep, he didn't hear it, right? During conversations, narcissists want to discuss their achievements and their accomplishments. It's common for them to exaggerate their past successes or to describe themselves as more talented or successful than they are. The conversation can be a tool to get the adoration they crave. So when they're telling you how great and fabulous they are, you in response will say, oh, that's wonderful. That is so nice. You did what? Congratulations. Good for you. They need to hear that kind of thing. They need that, right? They need that. They need that. They need that. Hold on. Yeah, they need that, right? They're obsessed with appearances. Now, this is everybody. I'm obsessed with my appearance, right? But my ex was obsessed with his appearance, and he always and so you think that's a good thing because he always wanted to be his best. He paid a lot of money for shoes, and that was my thing. I like a man that wear good shoes, right? his dress was always proper, right? Especially when he was going somewhere. He was always proper, right? So you think, I like that. See, a lot of these traits that are narcissistic is things that women want anyway. So you think, shit, I got me one, baby. This it. Got him, right? Um, their focus is on appearances in all sense of the word, from physical to perceived success. And they want to be successful in in whatever it is that they're doing, right? And we all do. So that's another tricky thing, right? If your partner constantly staring at themselves in the mirror or distracted by their reflection while strolling, they are obsessive, focused on obtaining flashy work titles and expensive sports cars. For mine, it wasn't cars or titles, it was, because he was a street dude, it was clothes and shoes, fashion. He wanted to be the most fashionable, expensive looking one there, right? Here you go, right here. Stylish clothes, a great physique, and expensive possessions can be all ways for someone with NPD to get the compliments they crave. But see, that's everybody. You know, we all want to look nice and get compliments, right? So it can be tricky. Number 3, they can't take criticism. Cannot. Will shift that and alter that and circle that back around to somebody else. That's a frustrating part of a narcissist. They can't take criticism. They're not going to ever, I've just said this before and I'm going to keep saying it because it's important. They're not going to ever say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, my bad, I hurt you, dang, sorry. They will never say any of that. That will not come out of their mouth. And I was with my ex 10 plus, noting 15. He ain't, now at this point, I guess, or longer than that. They're not gonna ever say that. I don't ever recall him saying that. If he did, I'm sorry, and I forgot. I don't recall him ever saying that. He probably was falling in love with you, but got afraid for some reason and pulled back. It can still. Now listen, I'm glad you say that. Let me read this because this is important. He probably was falling in love with you, but got afraid for some reason and pulled back. It can stem from emotional abandonment as a young one. And that is exactly what I have deduced it to. I told you about the story about he was a teenager and his best friend had a baby by his girlfriend, right? I'm absolutely sure that's what it was. And I'm absolutely sure that he was falling in love with me and he would pull back and then that would create resentment. I have studied this thing up and down and all around, right? Because I know I was a good woman to him. And I allowed it to go on. That was my fault. But I understand, I believe, because he still calls me all the time now. Why the fuck he still calling me, dude? It's been years, right? I believe that he had fell in love. That was a emotion he was not wasn't comfortable with, wasn't used to, and wasn't getting ready to be in that, right? So that's when he would pull back. That's when he would disappear and do all that. He would pull back, but then he would come back because of the feelings or whatever he had. It was like a seesaw. It was like a seesaw, right? Or a light switch, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? But I do believe that that's what it was. You know, he kept his outer appearance and on fleek, but inside, yes, he was raggedy. Ooh, he was raggedy. Yes, he was, child. He was raggedy. You know, the outside look. I'm telling you, from the out, people thought we was it, right? It was turmoil up in that house after a while. It was chaos. And then I stopped. You know, I didn't participate in the chaos, right? But it would be chaos. When we went outside, he really would put on. He really would put on with his family, his friends, especially his family and friends. He didn't hang around, except with the exception of my kids, my family and friends, too long, right? But his family and friends, he really put on. He really put on, honey. Let me see where I'm at. Where am I at? They can't take. Did I say that already? Yeah. Okay. So the third one is they can't take criticism. Constructive criticism is a healthy part of personal growth, right? You want somebody to tell you where you're wrong, especially if they're close to you. You want to know when you messed up, fucked up, get it back so you can get it back right. You don't want to keep doing it wrong, right? I couldn't tell him. I could not. And I couldn't understand if I'm your partner, I'm your woman, we together. How come you won't allow me to tell you nothing when it's gonna be the betterment for us? Because you were the ones popped the most. Yeah. I believe that. I believe that, Queen. Queen says because you were the one that popped his emotional feelings. I believe that because, like I told y'all, he had never got that close to nobody that he felt the need to meet his family, but me. And he was 50. Ain't nobody in the whole entire life had he brought around his family. And dudes will bring you around your family. It don't mean they're gonna be with you forever, but you the one right now. Never did it. I'm telling you, that very first date, the second date we had, and we was at that play, and somebody that knew his kinfolk, they was all talking about this fish fry. I was like, shit, I'm gonna go to the fish fry. And I said something about the fish fry, and he let me know, you ain't going to the fish fry, honey. I don't take people around my family. I can't remember the exact words, but I don't take people around my family. And he might have said it in a nice kind of sort of way, but I remember being affected by it and was like, ooh, right then was a red flag, right? That I should slow down, not go as fast as he was going. Because let me tell y'all something. Narcissists go fast. They go fast. You go so fast, you got to feel like you got to hold on to something, right? Until they slow it down. They are in control, total control of the situation, and you don't know that you be in control until you realize it and try to get control. So at that moment, I should have I should have taken a step back, but it was every day. You want to do this, you want to go here, you want to eat here, you want to do this, you want to do that. Let's go here, let's go there. Every single day, I kid you not. And I had never experienced that because up to that point, you hang out with somebody, you meet somebody, you see them on the weekends. Hey, let's do this. So, this was every single day, right? What if he came back to you now and asked you for forgiveness and asked you to date again? No, I would not. Absolutely. I absolutely would not, because from what all the readings I have read from the experts, the narcissists don't change. That's why they ain't got no medicine. They ain't got no pill for them. They're always going to be that. Now, they can be aware of who they are. Like, it was a guy, I wish I could find him now. I used to follow on TikTok, who was a narcissist, and he speak on his experience and how he was, and he was in therapy and so on and so forth. There was a couple of them. But from what everybody said, they don't change. So I wouldn't put myself through that. Because you got to be always on guard with it. Is he telling the truth? Is he lying? Do we mean that? Do we not? And then you got to remember, they're not empathetic. So all the stuff that we need as a woman, you can't give me. Can't give me. You can't give me a hug. You can give me a hug. We always hug, but he can't really comfort me deep down. So I don't want to be with somebody like that. He probably, yes, and that's what they say, it'll be worse. Nick said if you go back, it'll probably be 10 times worse and may not make it out. Exactly. Because, once somebody know, so once somebody know that you're going to come back, shit, it's game on then, right? And they may mean it at first. Like now, all of these people spinning the block, all these couples spinning the block, I think it's wonderful. I think it's beautiful. Why? Because I like love and I love black love. But it was a reason why you weren't together in the first place. You know what I'm saying? No, I would absolutely not. Now, if he asked me to forgive him, I would. But let me tell y'all what I did. Never told y'all this. Just thought about it. So one day, I was sitting in church, and I always get a lot of good ideas when I'm surrounded with the saints and the Lord and the Spirit is there. And God said that, because I was angry. I was angry for a couple of years behind the breakup because I felt I wasted my time. And God said you need to forgive him. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm not good. I was not good with forgiveness. And I may not still be that good with it, right? Because I always feel like if you did it, that's what you meant to do. If you step on my foot and you say, I'm sorry, okay, cool. But if you hurt me deep down and did some old fuck shit, that's what you meant to do. So I didn't know I don't believe in I'm sorry in certain instances, and especially if you do it over and over again. And I just didn't understand about forgiveness. And it took my ladies, my elders in my Sunday school class to teach me about forgiveness, right? Because forgiveness is not for them, it's for you, and God forgave us, so we have to forgive others. So I was sitting in church one day and I said, I'm going to call him. And I called him and said, listen, I don't want you to talk, just listen, and then I'm going to hang up, right? And I told him that I forgive him and whatever else I said. And then I hung up, right? So at that point, and it felt like a weight was lifted off me. I didn't hate anymore. That is why when he would call me, I could have conversations once I moved down south, and we could laugh and giggle until I stopped that. Because I had forgave him. And I think he might have been the first person I ever forgave in my life, I think. Really. So no, it wouldn't be no going back. It wouldn't be no going back. It wouldn't be no going back, because He hasn't worked on himself. Listen, y'all, the reason why a lot of relationships don't work, especially when you spin the block and they the same, and if they the same person they was. This is how I feel. If you done cheated, you a serial cheater, and you done been cheating, you cheat, and you been cheating. That's what you do, cheat, cheat, cheat. And then he just you don't see him for 2 weeks, and he come back and say, "Baby, I'm sorry. I ain't mean it. I love you." He ain't worked on himself, so he gonna cheat again. He ain't worked on himself. You need time to work on yourself. You need time to heal. You ain't did that. You ain't did that. Not in 2 weeks. You ain't did that. And the problem is everybody, we live in a microwave society and everybody want everything right now. It take time for that shit. Like I was watching on Love and Marriage Huntsville, he cheated. I think she said they were separated 18 months. See what I'm saying? Now it's good. You need time. And if he really for you, he gonna wait the 18 months, the 16 months, the year. He gonna wait it. He feels like he can buy what he wanted, so you better do as I say. That's the reason why I don't accept being bought, because I can't be controlled. I will listen and follow my king, but no control. Yeah, I get it. That's right. Even through therapy, I wouldn't. Because narcissist is I particularly don't want to deal with anybody with any kind of mental health disorder, because I may be the person that trigger you, right? I'm loud, I'm brash, I'm to the point, I'm real. I need somebody with a lot of strength to deal with me. I can't be the one that you leaning on, because see, that's what happens a lot of times in relationships. Women are the stronger person in the relationship. We got to stop that, right? We need somebody to lean on. We need somebody to cry on. Yes, we got to take it back to the Bible. I am the helpmate. I am not the one. I'm not the main one in the situation. So you need to get all the way healed and get yourself all the way together. Gain your confidence. Let go of them insecurities. Get you some spirituality. Then come back. Not even come back, not to me, but find you somebody that you can be with. You know what I'm saying? After the therapy, find somebody you can be with. It wouldn't be me. It just wouldn't be me. Now, somebody could argue, well, you meet somebody, you don't know what they've been through. No, I don't. But I ain't gonna go back to what I've been with. I'm gonna start fresh with a new situation, right? And that's why I am single, because I take my time and I listen very carefully. And I've had so many great conversations with dudes, and when I say great, it's I call it great because I find out things that I know I don't want to be bothered with. That's what makes it great. Because I know somebody gonna say, well, if it's great, why you ain't with them? No, it's a great conversation because I found out things that if I hadn't had these in-depth conversations, I'd have fucked around and been with them. Then I'd have fucked around and found out why I shouldn't have been. That's why it's great. That's why it's great. That's why it's great, right? Let me put my glasses on for this. Let's see what they say. While people with narcissism tend to be arrogant, they often have a fragile sense of self-esteem. That's those insecurities I'm telling you about. Even mild criticism can be seen as a threat to their sense of self-worth. And that's what they're going to not let you do. They're not going to let you attack who they are. And especially not who they look, because they think they're the greatest. In their mind, they think they're the greatest. My ex had very grandiose thoughts about himself. Grandiose, right? Number 4 sign that you might be dating a narcissist. Their empathy impaired, right? Hey, Lisa Marie, their empathy impaired. I can tell you that's the biggest thing for a woman. A woman, in my opinion, can never be with a narcissist. You can be with a bipolar, schizophrenic person before you should be with a narcissist, right? Because they can't give you what you need. They can't give you what you need. They can't give you love. They can give you support financially and all that. They can't give you love. You can come in crying. They can't put their arms around you and say it's going to be all right. They can't. You know what I'm saying? And at least Maz couldn't. He was remember though, he was at the end of the spectrum. He wasn't in the middle. He was at the end. And that's according to, I looked at some stuff and they had the actual spectrum up and all the things up under it, right? He was at the end. So I didn't get anything. And that left me even more torn and tattered than I originally was, because I never, as a kid, y'all know my story. So I didn't grow up with somebody hugging me. Oh, this is my baby. Come in, little Jackie. I didn't grow up with that shit. So that's what I seek from my man. That's what I seek from my man, and did not realize that until I got grown, good and good and good and grown. That's a requirement for me. Somebody to love and hug on me, and I need all that attention. I don't require it from the world, but I need it from my man. I absolutely need it from my man. So if you can't, and I'm an emotional creature, so if you can't help me in my emotions, you're no good to me. Absolutely no good, and that's why we had a lot of friction because you wasn't giving me what I needed. Now some people don't need it. I guess they could be, but not. I need you to give me all the things. I need you to be tender. I need you to be touching. I need you to be supportive. I need you to assure me it's gonna be all right. Besides with finances, see that's what had me stuck. Just the finances gonna be. I know that shit gonna be all right, but that emotional shit, cannot do that. And look you right at your face like you crazy while you going. You could be having a conniption. You could be having a conniption. Ain't gonna sit right there and look at you. Might laugh. Told you, mine's one is sex. That turned him on. The conniptions turned him on. Chaos turned him on. If that ain't some crazy ish, right? Um, Queen said that's the reason why I want to start dating by being friends. Yeah, you have to be friends. I didn't do that. That will blossom into a healthy, wholesome. That's absolutely correct. Hey, Angel. That's why that's what I didn't do. That was my biggest mistake. And like I said, I used to blame him for the relationship. Then as I started evolving and looking back over and reflecting, I had a lot to do with it. One, I let it go on. Two, I never got to know him as a friend. And I always did that. Is you like me, I like you. Boom, we together. I didn't know him. I didn't know him. I did not know him. And so that's very important. Again, why I'm single, because after a few conversations, I listen real carefully and closely, and I lay down at night and go over the conversation. No, because he said that. Now, what I'll do is the next time I talk, we're going to revisit that. See, we as women, a lot of times, we don't revisit things. We hear it, then we act like we don't hear it, or we overlook it because we think it's minute. That minute shit is what you need to be paying attention to. That's what you need to be paying attention to. That's what I learned at my big age just now. It's something about feeling safe in a man's arms. Yeah. And even if, listen, that's what, have y'all ever seen? I know y'all have. You seen two crackheads together, two po folk together. They happy because he got her. He got her. Even though they ain't got shit, but he got her. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody that's gonna have me emotionally. I am a very emotional person. Why would I get with somebody that ain't got no emotions and don't care nothing about mine? No. No. No, I can't go with that. I can't go with that. Um, uh, One of the keys to spot narcissistic personality disorder is observing the 3 E's: exploitation, entitlement, and empathy impairment. Mm-hmm. 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 Empathy impairment. Now that's the way they put it. This expert put it. Empathy impairment, right? I say no empathy. They ain't got no empathy. They don't have any emotions. They don't care. Hey, T. Yeah, well, you know what? This is half of my outfit for later on, and I just said, well, fuck it. Just put this on. Put the top on right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get dialed up later on. But I just said, we're going to put this on right now. I didn't have a shower and all that. Just going to put this on right now, sis. Because, I'm going to go out here and get y'all an uncle, cousin, daddy, right? Yeah. But people with NPD often appear unmotivated or seem so preoccupied with their own needs that they fail to display any sort of empathy. And the reason why I talk about empathy a lot, because it's so important. How you gonna be in a relationship with somebody and they don't have no empathy? They ain't got no feelings. They don't have no emotions. How you gonna be in a relationship with a person like that? Because you're gonna always be left feeling incomplete. You're gonna always. I think about all the times I felt lonely, and I'm with a whole nigga. Why am I feeling lonely? And it pertains to him, right? Hey Kay, hey Kay. Was he a thug? Not when I was with him. Probably was an ex thug. Not at my time with him. No, He was older. So he wasn't a thug at that point. He was a retired thug. Um, but he had no emotion. See, I'm telling you, I watched when somebody I know was close to him like a daddy didn't shed a tear. Now he was there, but I didn't. I was waiting to see that cry or, oh my God, I was waiting to see something. Never saw it. Never. I didn't go to the funeral. Maybe but I'd been to funerals with him, and I never saw it. He was stoic, right? He ain't no dad. He gone. I didn't hear none of that. None of that. And I'm feeling that because I know that this person was close to him. I never saw it. I never saw it, right? Uh, None of that. Like, this person that was like a father to him, a mentor, he was definitely a mentor, right? I waited to see it because he got sick and then he might have been sick a few days, few weeks or something. And I waited to see. I waited to see what the emotion was going to be. Or was he just going to sit on the bed one day and be like, Dad? He never talked about it. Nothing. I'm your woman. It seemed like he would say, I hate so-and-so sick, or I sure hate so-and-so gone. I'm going to miss so-and-so. None of that. None of that. Right? I was amazed. Like, wow. None of that. None of that. Concerned, because he would be in situations that would show that he concerned. He gonna go around the family. He gonna go to the funeral. He gonna go to the hospital. He was good at that. Seeing about people, he was good at that, right? But that emotional and talking it, didn't see that, right? It says here it's very rare. Oh, it's very rare for people with NPD to apologize for bad behavior unless that apology can somehow benefit them in one way or another. And like I said, the one time, and I don't know if he actually said, I'm sorry, that I was done with him, and I prayed, and he was knocking at the door and all that, and he came back in. He appeared to be apologetic, and he told me things I wanted to hear, or I thought that he was telling the truth about. But I really cannot remember if he actually said, I'm sorry. I don't remember that, and I want to lean towards he did not. But his actions and his, because he said his way is what I do for you. He was like, you got that furniture in that way, I'm gonna get all that out. Don't worry about that. You want this? I got that. I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna do all of that. So when you think it, and you think like I think, you like you. I ain't even. I'm thinking that's the apology. I ain't even waiting to hear I am sorry. I guess, right? Now here it says number 5 ways to know that you're dating a narcissist. It says they're controlling. Now because my gentleman was old, I don't know why I said gentleman. Because my guy was older, and I'm so strong and dominant, his control was subtle. And it wasn't the kind of control like you can't go here, you can't go there. I did exactly whatever I wanted to do. But it would be block me from doing something. Like, let's go do this. Knowing I want to do this, he would figure out something else for me to do with him. So I don't do that. Right? It would be that. Wouldn't it be, you can't go here, you can't go there. He never said nothing like that out of his mouth. But it would be, he would switch it up. Whatever I was thinking I was getting ready to do, he would switch it up. It with something that involved him. So he controlled in that way. Yeah, he had him tight. He had him tight, child. I don't know. Should be about to explode about now. But I want to say, and I ain't quite sure because he didn't talk about it, but I want to say his mother passed and he was not at the funeral because he was locked up. I want to say, I can't remember. Or he didn't cry. One or the other. I heard a story. I just can't remember, right? He didn't cry at the funeral, some shit like that, right? But the control was subtle for me because it was more of manipulation, not sit right here, go right there, don't talk to them. It wasn't none of that. It was good manipulation of the situation to make it go in the direction that he wanted it to go in. And when you with a man and you love him and you want to be with him and all like that, you don't think that he's controlling the situation. You don't think he's manipulating the situation, right? You don't think that. You just think, this is my man, I'm going with my man, And I remember my friends would say stuff like, you always with him, or you always doing this or something. Shit, I'm looking, that's my man, So you don't think I didn't anyway. I'm thinking it's a good thing. Shit, I had been single. We were tired of that one. So I didn't look at it as a bad thing until it became a bad thing. Um, they also might use compliments and affection as a way to manipulate you into going along with their demands. He did something to manipulate me. I don't know what it was, but it was something. Until I realized one day I'm not doing nothing that I want to do. I'm not doing what I want to do. Was your narcissist ever married? No. I told y'all nobody ain't never seen him with nobody but me. He was never married. And wasn't planning on marrying me. And would get upset. We appeared to be such a wonderful couple. We looked good together and all that. And his friends started, and his family started saying it first. When y'all getting married? Now, that's a lot when somebody says you, well, when y'all getting married, right? And I was told, he don't know I know this, I was told after we broke up that his brother, the one he really looked up to, was upset with him that he let that relationship go. That he didn't do what he was he didn't do what he was supposed to do. Number 6, how you know you dating a narcissist or you with a narcissist. They act entitled and constantly seek validation. It's always about some attention-seeking stuff. He used to tell me he would like to be in a crowd of people. He always said it. And he'd be in the middle of the crowd. And everybody want him. He used to always say that. I didn't think nothing about that, right? I just thought he's just talking crazy. A lot of stuff people say and do, you think, oh, that's crazy. You don't pay no attention. But you got to pay attention to that shit. You got to pay attention to that, right? Number 7, they're addicted to social media. Now, he wasn't. He was old head. He wasn't addicted to no social media. But I guess these new wave folks, I could see if you are a younger person and you really, like I'm into social media, but I'm just nosy and it's entertaining. But what they mean is you showing your picture, you showing yourself all the time and all what you're doing. He wasn't into that. A lot of folks in my age range, they don't even know how to work it. Was he great in love making with you? When he wanted to be. When he wanted to be. He held off. I'm going to say that now. I didn't know that at the time. He held off. Again, probably like you said and like I know, he didn't want no love to grow. But then there were times, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't bad, but he had been great. But he was very controlling of that. He was in very much control of that. Very much in control of that, right? And as I get older, what I realize now is the older a man gets, the more he know what to do, right? And how to do. He know what and how to do, right? And he was good at that. He was good at that. But I remember the first time, now this is personal. I'm going to have to tell y'all this, and I'm going to tell y'all this in the members. Remind me, let me put it on my paper, because this can't go out here in the world right now. This can't go in the world. I'm going to put this in the meeting, in the members tomorrow. Because this can't go out there, right? Because it's too personal. It can't go out right there. But I got to share this. And I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Thanks for that, Queen. Even though that would have been in my book, because as I went along, I think about stuff. But, yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So they say, now it says, people with NPD are significantly more likely to develop a social media addiction. Now, he had an addictive personality, but if he didn't learn, let me tell y'all something. He didn't learn how to text until after we were not together. I had tried to show him a time or two. He wasn't interested, didn't give a damn. He didn't care nothing about technology, and that was another problem for us, because we can't move forward if you're not going to come into the modern day world, right? Especially if we get money on our own, we working for ourselves. And he learned how to text. The girlfriend taught him how to text. Okay, the one he had been cheating on me with, she taught him how to text, and then he started with text me all the time, right? Text all kind of stuff, the emojis. He was an expert at it. I'm like, oh wow, right? So had he been interested in social media, he would have been, because he has addictive personality. Oh no, I ain't upset. No, 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 no. I ain't upset. It just made me remember some shit. No, I ain't upset. I just don't want to put it out right here. It's got to be it's personal, so my personal people can get that information. No, I ain't upset. I have come to grips with what I was in. That's why it took me so long to talk about it. It's my third year being a content creator, and I'm just not talking about it because I was afraid. I'm not afraid anymore of shit. It happened. It is what it is. Everybody's not strong all the time, because I like to think I'm strong, right? Um, and can't get nothing past me. Shit, can't get nothing, But I'm coming to grips with it, and I'm telling my story. And like I said, the third book is gonna be all about him and the relationship and the things that happen. So no, I ain't mad at all. I ain't mad at all. I'm. It's like a burden being lifted, right? Me telling my story of my childhood, me telling my story about myself and my life, period, it's freeing. It's freeing. You know what I'm saying? It's freeing. It's freeing. That's all I can say. It's freeing, and I don't, because I'm a stuffer. I keep everything in. That shit'll make you sick. That shit'll make you sick. I believe my friend left this earth because she held stuff in. I'm letting that shit out. Let it out. And people think what they think, and I hope they learn from it. But you can think what you want to think. Shit, I'm just trying to. I want to help somebody, right? I want to help a young woman, especially, right? Even though women can be narcissists, as we see, but I want to help somebody. I want to help a young lady, a woman, whoever, and make them think, right? Yeah, my testimony. That's right. I want them to think, right? And be aware, because we deserve better. Like, it's a lot of stuff I realize now that I'm older that women, especially black women, endured a lot of shit from niggas, right? Because it appeared to be good. Because we keeping them, we being bothered with them because the world, we appear to be good to the world. Fuck the world. Be good for you. Be good for you. And if it ain't good for you, get rid of it. Don't care what nobody say. But I know now that I'm older that women stayed with men, tolerated stuff from men, and bad behaviors because he was paying bills. I'm part of that. Because he was paying bills. So you let him walk all over you, do all what he want to do, cheat, make babies, do everything. Because he paying bills. We got to break that. Now, that's a generational curse and a cycle we must break. Right? We'll talk about that later on. But, hey, Tiffany. But we must break that. Because we killing ourselves. You hurting yourself. And then your kids, what happens, that's how it becomes generational. So your sons and your daughters, so your daughter pick a man like the daddy, he wasn't shit. She picked one that ain't shit. The son turned out to be just like that, now he ain't shit. It's a vicious cycle. He ain't doing right. I don't care how long you know him, since the kindergarten. I don't care if your mama and his mama was best friends. I don't care if y'all was next door neighbors. I don't care if he was the first boyfriend. I don't care. If he ain't treating you right, get rid of him. Period. I love black love, so I ain't advocating people just split up their homes. But if that ain't going right, get out of it. Um, uh, Narcissists demonstrate an extreme ego. A narcissistic partner will, in some cases, exhibit symptoms of other mood disorders like depression and anxiety. Now, here go what I wanted to read. They exhibit. Oh, I went way too far, but that's okay. They exhibit signs of substance abuse or other mood disorders. And like I just told y'all, he had other addictions, right? And he had an addictive personality, and he had overcome them, right? He had overcome them to a point. I ain't gonna tell y'all about nothing until you read the book. That'll be book 3. But they are absolutely right. They're absolutely right. They are absolutely right. Satan likes for us to keep it a secret, so to create shame. God says, share your woes to another to uplift. Okay, lay it all on the altar. That's right. Yeah, because that's how we keep them secrets, because we was all raised in a black home. What go on in this house, don't tell nobody. We was all raised like that. Instead, we should have been screaming it to the mountains and everybody could have been getting help, right? But we was taught, don't tell nobody what's going on in here. You better not. I was taught that. I remember when I was in high school, I started going to the beautician. My aunt started paying for me to go to the beautician. And she was like, when you get up in there, I'm gonna just say the woman's name was Miss Evelyn. Don't be telling Miss Evelyn none of this business. I'm like, shit, I don't know what business. I'm young. I don't know what you're talking about. But older people have a way of picking you. That's what my aunt used to call it, picking you. Don't let nobody pick you, right? Don't let nobody pick you. So we keep all them secrets. We keep all that devastation in the house. Hence, what I'm just thinking about, all the SA abuse that children and women suffered, kept it in the house. So that way, Uncle Bill, he can keep doing it. He can keep doing it. He can keep doing it, right? Because we keeping it a secret. And he won't sit down and have Thanksgiving dinner with him. Let that out. Tell it. But it's always more dark, black secrets, right? No, let that out. Shit, I'm the secret in my family. My nieces and nephews don't know my mama didn't raise me. I'm the secret, right? How about that? They don't know. My kids know. They don't know. I am the secret. Gotta stop that. Because the cycle will repeat itself. But they definitely have other issues. Like they say mood disorders, substance abuse. He told me, this is the only one thing he told me a couple times, but his family never talked about it though, that he had a mental breakdown at one time. And what all he was doing and saying and all that, he had a mental breakdown. He said I went one at a time. Because I ain't only wrote one, I'm only about finished with the one. It's going to be one at a time. Plus, after doing this, I need a break. I need just a little bit of a break before I go into the next one, because this is why it's taking me so long with these last 10 pages to edit, is because it's revisiting and reliving, right? And that can take a toll on your mental, right? So you have to give yourself a break. Now, I think some days I do it subconsciously, right? Because a week can go by and I ain't touched it. That's because I done relived some shit, and it's so deep and so much. And I relive it just like it was yesterday in my head. I ain't forgotten nothing, right? So, it's gonna be a minute. It's maybe not long, but maybe not long, maybe a couple months or something like that. But it's gonna be a minute in between that I start on the writing process, because it's a process. But I think when I get ready to do the next one, I'll be much better at it this time, because a lot of the trauma is in this book, the first book and the third book. A lot of the trauma. Number 9, how you know when you with a narcissist. They don't have many long-term relationships. And they don't. I'm telling you, I gathered that my ex, he had women that he dealt with, but on a limited, private basis. On a limited, private basis. I was the breakout star. He didn't mean for that shit to happen, right? I don't have no long term. I told you, he knocked at my door one time after a breakup. This was early on. This is another early red flag I should have caught on to. And he knocked on my door and looked at me and said, "This your fault." In my stupid little mind, I'm like, I know I can't leave me, baby. But really, it was deeper than that. He wasn't used to being around with nobody and liking nobody and wanting to be around nobody, right? So, I remember one time we was at an event, and somebody, this how stoic he was and no emotions. We was at an event, and I'm sure it happened more than once. And it did. We was at an event, and and we were sitting at this table, and somebody he used to mess with was sitting at the table, right? I didn't know it. Wouldn't have been able to pick it up. You can pick up if somebody likes somebody, or so you can pick it up, right? Your instincts. Wouldn't have picked it up, right? And he leaned over and told me, "I don't know what she doing here." He was upset that the girl was sitting at the table where he was at, right? Now she looked like a bugaboo, right? Not a bugaboo. She wasn't attractive at all, right? I think that's what he liked. And because then he didn't have to fall in love with him, he didn't have to like him, he could dismiss him. And he was sitting there and she was sitting there. And it wasn't like I ain't see nothing from nothing. Once he told me that, I kept watching and see what I was going to see. I saw nothing. I saw nothing, right? He didn't speak to her, nothing, you know. And she might have been looking more uncomfortable than him. But I saw nothing, right? I saw nothing. He had friendships with the person that he was really, really close with, that couple I told y'all. We used to have a couple dates and all this stuff. Uh, and he was the godfather. He ain't cool with them. Uh, there's a few people in his life that I know that he maintained closeness with. About two. One is his brother. One is my friend. I told you my good friend, and maybe one or two other people. But there ain't many. About a handful. About a handful. Uh, he don't. He don't do that, right? Um, and when you meet somebody, this for everybody. When you meet somebody, ask questions about their friends, ask questions about their family, and they could lie, but just ask the questions anyway. The old song last night, me and my woman, we cried, cried, cried. That's my man, the OJ's, Eddie OJ. That's probably what I be doing in my neck. That's what you're supposed to do. That's my song, Eddie OJ. I called him Eddie OJ as a girl because had a crush on him when I was a little girl. Yeah, and he didn't. He no, he never. Only emotion you was gonna see out of him was anger or some laughing. You gonna see anger. You ain't gonna see no sorrow, no sadness. You ain't gonna see that. Mm-mm. So now they say uh, now tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm gonna go over the tips what you're supposed to do when you with one. But I suggest run. That's what I say. Run. Because it ain't gonna unless you some type of super broad and like I thought I was. I would say run because it's gonna damage you. They're gonna damage the shit out of you, right? And yeah, they're gonna damage you. That's all I can say about that. You're gonna be damaged, right? And the longer you stay in it, the worse. And don't have no kids with them. Don't have no kids with them if you can. I know. If you're in childbearing age. This is what I know now that I didn't pay attention to and think about when I was having kids. Pay attention to the family tree. Pay attention to what they say and don't say. Don't be fooling with nobody just because he cute, you cute, or some stupid surface reason. Go deep. If I have any regret in life, it's that I didn't pick the right mate. That's why I'm so careful now. I ain't picked the right mate. That's the regret. I guess because I didn't have the tools. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I don't know what it was. I was having fun. That's what it was. I was having fun. That very first relationship I had been in was controlling. So wasn't nobody gonna ever control me again. So I just want to have fun, and with that come a whole bunch of other bull. So yeah, um, yeah. That's what I would get deep as you could get, as deep as they would allow you. And if somebody don't want to have conversations with you, don't fool with them. If they're not ready to have open conversations with you, don't fool them. What's the point? Because the whole thing about a relationship, any kind of relationship, is communication. Communication. If they can't communicate, don't fool with them. If I had to know what I knew once I got in too deep and had feelings, he couldn't communicate. He couldn't communicate. And he compensated with no communication and cloaked over me with things and money and things, right? So you ain't even thinking about talking no deep talk, what you want to do out of life, what you want to do with me, where we going, you know. You didn't have those deep conversations. Thank you, Queen. It's my 8th day. Now, I'm going to have me some fun tonight. It's my birthday. I thought about this today. I said, as I was putting this on, I said, okay, Jackie, you're going to have some fun tonight. You're going to have some fun tonight. Go have some fun, meet some people. I don't have no guy friends except for my guy friends at work. I don't have no guy friends. I don't have no guys that I can call on the phone or they can call me and say, hey, nothing, right? So at least I want to get me some friends. I'm going to get me some friends tonight. No expectations, but friendship. I want to get me some friends tonight. Why I ain't got no male friends? I'm going to get me some friends. You want to be my friend? You want to be my friend? You my friend, right? Because I'm really like a kid when I meet people. I'm like, I don't lose friendship with people. Might not talk to you every day, but I don't lose. Thanks, T. I got 20 more days. What's the 8th? I got 20 more days. I don't lose friendship with people. I don't. They lose friendship with me some kind of way. I don't lose it. You my friend. You ever been my friend? Unless you do something to me, you still my friend. Just because I don't talk to you, don't see you, don't mean you ain't my friend. You still my friend. Some soul food. I like that. Some soul food. Yeah. Yeah, some soul food. So anyway, y'all, cash at me. My tooth hurting a little bit, so I got to go put some powder on it. Not cocaine, for somebody to take that the wrong way. Some, the aspirin to be in the powder. Still waiting on my Medicaid or something to kick in. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, y'all cash at me. Pray that I have a good time tonight. I see y'all tomorrow. No, mine's the 28th, and your daughter's the 23rd. I see y'all tomorrow. Mine is generally the last day of February. This year, we got a leap year, so it's the 29th. I mean, we're going 29 days, but usually it's the last day. Y'all pray that I have a good time. Y'all cash at me. Send me, what you send me? Good energies for tonight. I don't know what it's called, right? Tell the universe, and make sure you share me with the people. And, answer my poll, y'all. Y'all go to the poll. I put up a poll today. Y'all put up in my community page. Y'all answer the poll. And I thank y'all for answering the poll. Because, I never used the poll because, again, I was afraid. I was like, ain't nobody going to pay no attention, right? I had to stop that because YouTube had me scared for a while. I ain't scared of YouTube no more. So anyway, y'all have a good day. And today, no live tonight at 8. Oh, your cousin 27. So you surrounded. And your best friend at 18? You're surrounded by the Pisces. That's why we connect. Okay. You're surrounded. So you know Pisces. You know Pisces then. Now, would you say, before I go, would you say we're alike? Do you see the same qualities in all of us? That's what I need to know. Because I really think I'm a cool person. I think I'm a cool motherfucker, right? And my niece, what? So, do you see the same qualities? Are all Pisces like myself? We like everybody. We just want to have a good time. We're dreamers. We're emotional. We are the same. We are the same, huh? Okay, Queen. We are the same. Because, I didn't really know a lot of these things about myself till the last few years, about the empath and all that stuff. I didn't really know that, right? But I knew that I was emotional. And older members of my family knew I was emotional, right? But we all the same, huh? Okay. I am what I am. I am what I am. So anyway, y'all, thanks y'all for participating in my lunch break live, Jack Squad. And I'll see y'all tomorrow at noon. Bye-bye.